I know it's a bit late, but let's talk about Nioh 3. Before we start, let's settle. If it's the ultimate Souls-like or an open world Slop, it's neither of them. Great game, but not the ultimate Souls-like. Right off the bat, one thing that really bothered me, why do we take damage during finishers? When you're executing a grounded enemy that should feel rewarding and safe, but instead you can get hit mid-animation. Honestly, it breaks the flow. This is exactly where invincibility frames would make huge difference. Another issue early on is visual clarity. The screen can get really chaotic, especially in crowded fights. At first, it's hard to tell what's going on. But to be fair, as you spend more time with the game, your brain kind of adapts and it becomes less of a problem. Still, camera angles can occasionally mess you up. Sometimes you just can't see the enemy properly, and that makes reacting at the right time harder than it should be. They've kept the classic Souls style summoning system where you can call NPCs or other players using consumable items. It's familiar and it works. Now here's something interesting. Enemy base capturing. It actually fits surprisingly well into the game. It's a very Ubisoft style mechanic, but credit where it's due, it's fun here and it doesn't feel completely out of place. One design choice I really liked is sticking to a single character with different forms, samurai and ninja, instead of splitting focus between two separate characters. It keeps the experience more cohesive and focused. The stamina system also gets a nice twist. You can recover stamina by breaking debuff zones, which pushes you to engage more actively with the environment. It adds variety and encourages smarter play. In terms of difficulty, it's not brutally hard. Optional bosses can definitely spike the challenge, but overall, once you learn enemy patterns kind of Sekiro, it becomes much more manageable. One big difference compared to older Souls games, you never really worry about running out of healing. Shrines are very frequent, so that classic tension from something like Dark Souls 1 just isn't there. The world is large, with a lot of side content, and here's the thing, the game kind of forces you to explore. You might be progressing through the main quest and suddenly hit a level requirement way above yours. That means side content isn't optional, it's necessary. For some players, that's a problem. For me, I didn't mind. I genuinely enjoyed being in the world, exploring and fighting. It gave me a bit of that Elden Ring feeling, though not at the same level of quality or variety. Technically, it's a mixed bag. Texture quality isn't great, and unfortunately, that doesn't translate into amazing performance either. You'll still need a decent system, and even then, FPS drops can happen, especially in certain areas and boss fights. There are some smaller frustrations too. For example, dying instantly when you fall into the water feels outdated and annoying, like artificial difficulty for no real reason. On the positive side, the Demon Ram's black and white filter is really cool stylistic touch. It adds unique atmosphere that I genuinely liked. The story, well, it kind of falls apart. With such a long playtime, it feels like they had to stretch things and justify your actions in ways that don't always make sense. At some point, I just stopped caring about the narrative. But let's talk about one of the strongest aspects, bosses. I absolutely love them. They are creative, varied, and genuinely fun to fight. Yes, some get reused, but usually in the side content, so it's not a huge issue. Even after 40 hours, the game still introduces new enemy types, which is impressive. But at the same time, around the 40-45 hour mark, I started to feel burned out. Switching weapons didn't really refresh the experience for me. The quality stays consistent, but the sense of freshness just doesn't. Enemy repetition, surprisingly, didn't bother me for much. In fact, I liked it. As you master them, fights become more satisfying instead of tedious. However, the final area, honestly, it feels unnecessary. Like it exists just to extend the game length. It could have been cut or made much more compact. So where does that leave Neo 3? It's a solid soul-like, not groundbreaking, not perfect, but definitely not bad either. It has some genuinely great ideas, strong combat, and amazing bosses. At the same time, it struggles with pacing, technical issues, and a bit of identity confusion. Is it the ultimate Souls experience? Not quite. But is it worth your time? If you enjoy this genre, yeah, most likely. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next one.